According to the FDA, tobacco use is responsible for 480,000 deaths each year in the United States, and a major catalyst of cardiovascular disease, which is the single leading cause of death in this country. Smoking causes serious consequences that affect nearly every organ and result in premature death. For the interview portion of this assignment, I utilized information provided from my neighbor who is currently battling cancer and emphysema after smoking multiple packs of cigarettes each day for 3 decades. As smoking affects a vast number of people, as many of us are exposed to it each day, I felt that the topic was pertinent to everyone dating back to 5000 BC. History of tobacco use states that smoking was used for medical purposes and eventually evolved recreational activity. As an avoidable cause of death, it is our responsibility to lobby legislators to prohibit smoking, to save the environment, decrease cancer rates, and for the safety of our children. The World Health Organization indicates that consequences of manufacture of cigarettes on the environment can be devastating. Impacts of the tobacco industry include deforestation, climate change, and waste production. To grow tobacco leaves, farmers utilize land, water, and pesticides. This depletes the soil of nutrients needed for crops. Use of these in addition to land clearing and wood needed for curing the leaves. Result of deforestation during the manufacture of tobacco products, greenhouse gases, and other wastes are emitted into the atmosphere. Subsequent distribution and also results in emission of gases. At the consumer level, consumption results in the exhalation of toxic chemicals and waste such as cigarette butts, which pollute the environment. The growth, manufacture, distribution, and consumption of tobacco products result in negative effects for all living things that necessitate clean air, nutrient-rich soil, and water to survive. As tobacco growth and use is not a necessary component of survival, it is imperative that we ban the activities associated with tobacco so as not to cause harm to ourselves and other living beings. Tobacco use can not only result in cancer but also affect the body's ability to successfully fight it, according to the CDC. Smoking negatively impacts immunity, which allows cancer cells to proliferate unchecked. In addition, it can cause damage cellular DNA, resulting in abnormal growth and function associated with cancer. Although smoking cessation is a healthy choice, sometimes the damage of smoking is irreparable. Although most commonly associated with cancer of lung, tobacco users can also have cancer in the mouth and esophagus. Likened to the inside of a charred fireplace, a cancer patient's lungs are brittle, black, and unrecognizable. Compared to a healthy set of lungs, this coupled with the risk to non-smokers who are also at risk due to secondhand smoke should be a bountiful reason why smoking should be banned. According to my neighbor, he feels that more effort should be placed on teaching people to not even experience with tobacco products. He stated that they were so addictive and enticing that he could not quit once he had tried them. Despite warnings of causing sickness for both him and those around him from his doctors, he was unable to quit even with cancer diagnosis. In the United States, federal law defines child abuse as any recent or failure to act on part of the parent or caretaker which results in death, serious physical or emotional harm, sexual abuse, and exploitation, or an act of failure to act which presents an imminent risk of serious harm. According to Goldstein, purposefully and recently exposing children to secondhand smoke, a known human carcinogen, despite repeated warnings, is child abuse. Ear infections, coughing, bronchitis, asthma, and pneumonia are just a few of the illnesses experienced by pediatrics exposed to secondhand smoke. These illnesses can result in repeat clinic visits and even hospitalization in severe cases. Children exposed to secondhand smoke are also more likely to take up the bad habit of smoking as they grow older. As such, some state legislators have begun to outlaw smoking in confined places such as cars. Although this is progress, it is our ethical responsibility to draft and implement laws that naturally prohibit involuntary exposure. During the interview, Mr. Smith became teary-eyed when talking about the danger this places children and grandchildren and as a smoker. He agreed with the perceptions of Goldstein and felt that laws banning smoking would be a positive step. Smoking results in awful smell and can often be nauseating to non-smokers. In addition to these short-term side effects, both the smoker and innocent bystander can be victim of long-term consequences, such as asthma and cancer. Although habit-forming healthcare advances in pharmaceuticals and therapies make quitting a less daunting task. These advances, coupled with legislation, would give smokers the willpower to quit. By implementing a ban, individuals would be held liable for their actions and face consequences for not following the law. This accountability would result in environmental improvement, decreased cancer rates, and safer world for our children. Having witnessed firsthand by the deterrent of my neighbor, it is of paramount importance that smoking and tobacco use be banned.